What was it like for you growing up as a child in school? Would you have guessed 1/4 of the kids in your class were on medication? Probably not, because most, if not all, weren't on anything. Children are being medicated more than ever today. You can't show up to a classroom without seeing at least one proclaimed ADD kid that needs special attention. So we ask ourselves, why do the numbers keep rising each year of kids being medicated for some behavioral issue? And what should we do about it? Children are being misdiagnosed and overprescribed medication more than ever today. And the following are 3 main factors that play into these numbers and will open your eyes to the truth about drugs and children. I've done some research through 6 different sources to come to the conclusion that children are, in fact, being unnecessarily medicated. So what are these 3 main factors? Well, parents are the first factor. Medicating your child is a new form of parenting. In other words, it's a new way of managing them when they are a handful. Poor parenting may be the root of medicating a child. Parents may medicate their child because they're getting low grades. Likewise, some parents believe if their child is failing a class, it must mean they're not paying attention and are too hyperactive. Parents may also use their child to get drugs for themselves. Commonly, adults with drug problems will receive medication through their child if they've been advised that they can't get it on their own. Another interesting fact is 1 in 12 moms admit to regularly dosing their kids with sleep-inducing medication to get some peace and quiet. Along with this, 30% of moms use their jobs to avoid childcare, and most mothers would rather get a good night's sleep than anything else. Some parents believe kids are too stressful, thus medicating them is an easy way out to control the stress levels. Now, as poor parenting may be the cause of some medicated children, it is certainly not always the parent's ultimate decision. These drugs come from somewhere, and it usually is from the child's doctor. So, doctors are the second factor. Some doctors think medication is the best way to help a child. This is true in some cases, but not all. Doctors say it alleviates the pressure on the family, although a parent may be urging a doctor they need the medication because it's become too much for them to handle. A lot of the time, parents claim to be too busy to tend to their outgoing child. It's also easier on the family to not get complaints from teachers and other parents about their child's behavior, a reason that ultimately convinces the doctor. Some parents will even pay off the doctor to give the medication. Another reason a doctor may think it will help is the child will get through school easier. They figure if a child is struggling in school, it's best to not take any chances and prescribe drugs to ease the struggle. Perhaps the child really can't focus. However, pharmaceutical companies make money off people who use medication. So these companies encourage doctors to prescribe medications solely for the money. Doctors and parents may have accepted this way of managing children, but what really is making this all so popular? The third factor is society. Medicating children has become the norm and socially acceptable. 6 to 7 million children wake up each day and take prescription medication before they go to school. Since 2012, the amount of antipsychotic prescriptions given to toddlers has doubled. And as seen in this chart, you can see that ADHD medications prescribed between 0 and 9-year-olds has been around 7 million in 1 year, as well as antidepressants, which below 9 years old is still at a whopping 1 million. And a lot of other interesting numbers on that graph tell us that children are being way too over-medicated. Yet, most children who reported taking medication at a young age felt more normal once they went off of it in their teen years. Surprisingly, 95% of ADD and ADHD drugs are given to American children. Some of the medications prescribed in America are banned in other countries. Some medications created side effects that were harmful and lawsuits were created. Many, if not most, of the antipsychotic drugs taken by children were only tested on adults. We don't know if they're actually safe to use on children. There are many factors which contribute to the medicating of children, and parents, doctors, and society played a vital role in these decisions. Now, it is evident children are being medicated now more than ever in history. Parents, doctors, pharmaceutical companies, and overall society feed into each other and are creating a vicious cycle of never-ending prescribing. I hope you take the time to consider not medicating your child if they seem to be hyper. Do what's right as a parent. Now I leave you with this image. Tomorrow, millions of children as young as 3 will wake up for school or daycare and be reminded to take their medicine. Thank you.